There's no need to panic, because they've got bannock. The Winnipeg Aboriginal Film Festival is already rolling along and will be until Sunday. It's been going on for a remarkable length of time, but I'll let Colleen Rajotte, the Winnipeg Aboriginal Film Festival Artistic Director, tell you how long the festival has been around and what's coming up. Here's Colleen from a Winnipeg Aboriginal Film Festival after party on November 22nd.
Well, this is year 11 and it's going awesome. We've had a packed house every night. We had Cheske Spencer here from the Twilight series, Breaking Dawn, and things kicked off on Tuesday morning to a packed house of youth, and he talked about his career and he inspired kids, and he talked to high school students, and the sort of the memorable remark that he said was, you know, I was a high school student once and I was standing outside and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but when I figured out I wanted to be an actor, I decided to take it seriously and I devoted all of my energy to that, and I think the kids were really inspired by that and they listened to that and they walked away thinking, hey, I could make a film, I could be an actor, and that's what this festival is all about. Not only inspiring youth, but educating people about our stories from our perspective.
All right. What do you guys have coming up this weekend that's really solid?
Well, tomorrow, that's Friday, November 23rd, is a huge night. We have More Than Fry Bread, directed by Travis Holt Hamilton from Arizona, and it's a hilarious movie about a fry bread competition in Arizona, and people are going to love it. You know that we love comedy as Aboriginal people. Well, I think the house is going to be packed, and to top things off, we have free bannock for everybody in the audience. We have a local fry bread company that is They just called us up and they said, hey, you're showing this movie More Than Fry Bread and it's generating a lot of buzz and we want to come down and hand out free bannock. And we said, well, hey, come on down. So there's free bannock for 600 people tomorrow night. So I would recommend that you get there early at the Garrick Event Center, 330 Gary Street. Show up like around 6 and you'll get your free bannock, take in a great movie. And also this year, we are offering all of our screenings free to students and elders. And if anyone can't afford a pass, just call our office, 774-1375, and we'll get you one. Because our festival is about making these movies and these films and our artists accessible to everyone.
All right. And how about Sunday, or what's the last day?
Well, Sunday, our closing night film is Smoking Fish, and this is a beautiful documentary about a young man who returns home to Alaska, and he learns how to smoke fish with his granny. And it's a wonderful film, and we're so happy to have it. And the director and the main character are coming to Winnipeg for closing night. And everyone should check out our website, which is www.WAFF.ca, and we have great after parties like this every night of the festival, and our closing night party is at the Paradise Restaurant on Portage Avenue.
All right, and you've been doing this for a number of years. What's the hardest thing about putting together a festival like this?
Oh my gosh, I just posted on Facebook that we should make a reality show about behind the scenes of making a festival happen, because it would be a hit comedy show. There's just so many little details. An example would be last night our sponsor reel wouldn't work, and at 6:35 we realized this, and I'm practicing my speech for opening night. I didn't make opening night because I had to race in my vehicle across town to get another copy of the DVD at the production house where it was being made. So I raced back, and we had a string of volunteers that ran the DVD up to the booth, and it played back at 7:15. And then everyone today on Facebook is, how come you weren't at opening night? Well, I couldn't make opening remarks because I was racing in my vehicle across town to get the sponsor reel. So just things like that are kind of crazy. But you know what? It's all worth it. People behind the scenes, they come, they see these great films, they meet the artists, but they don't really know what goes on to make it happen. And you know, we're the third largest Indigenous film festival in North America, and we don't have a big budget. We rely on volunteers, and you know, everyone just pitches in, and it happens every year, and every year it gets bigger and better. And you know, every year we have more celebrities coming to town, and you know, it's just awesome. But yeah, behind the scenes, it's a little bit crazy,
okay.
To be honest.
Yeah, because the last few years I've noticed you guys have had some people from were in the Twilight films.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, well, no, you know, Winnipeg is really the place to gather for Indigenous filmmakers and artists from around the world. And every year we're getting the word out more, and it's just getting bigger and better. And it's a lot of fun. And I was just posting on Facebook that, you know what, behind the scenes is a little bit crazy, but as long as the audience comes, sits in the theater, watches these great works of art, come and mingle with everyone that's in town, and that's all that matters, really.
Are you already looking forward to next year then?
We're already planning for next year.
I kind of figured so.
Yeah, and Cheske was dropped at the airport this morning by one of our the people that work at WAFF, and he said to Irene Linklater, who's the general manager of WAFF, he said, you know what? He's a huge star, and he said to her, you know what? I want to come back here next year, and I look forward to it. And just on a side note, he's the most humble, calm, generous spirits, and he stood in the lobby of the Garrick Theatre and he signed autographs for 400 youth. And the kids were just lined up and he just stood for pictures for whatever time it took. And I thought, wow, because sometimes people will say, I'm only going to give 15 minutes for autographs and pictures. This guy stood till the very end, till every kid had a picture and an autograph. And, that's what makes the festival. And the kids were all thrilled, and that means a lot to us.
Is there anything else you might like to say at this point?
Let me think. No, I would just encourage people. I think that, even especially non-Aboriginal people, if they hear about the Winnipeg Aboriginal Film Festival, that they might think it's only for Aboriginal people. And it's not, it's for everybody. Come down, hear our stories, come chat to us, and that's what we're all about, is building bridges between Aboriginal people and the non-Aboriginal community.
And that was Winnipeg Aboriginal Film Festival Artistic Director Colleen Rajotte at an after-party function. For those interested in the tickets Colleen was talking about, you can phone 774-1375. Again, that's 774-1375. Thank you for listening. I'm Trevor Greyeyes for the